Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This is WGL Summer League March Open Qualifier 2020 from 2020, which is this year. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Metaphysics, nice of you to stop on by. Yeah, that is a very long title. Hopefully it's still somewhat easy to read, but I can understand why it's difficult since these menu buttons up here, make it difficult to read. But Tamaki is actually a Japanese family surname. Oh, okay, Tamaki, so it is. All right. Let's take a look. Let's jump right into things here. Altar of Darkness, Crypt, and Ziggurat coming into play. Meanwhile, Tho or Samdan or Sandan or 3 eggs. People always try to educate me on how to say those names and what it means. And no one can agree on what I should say. So that's Thoo, and those little zeros are meant to be eggs, and it's 3 eggs. If you're Mandarin, it's Sandan, and if you're Cantonese, it's Samdan. And then people are like, but I don't know what that means because it doesn't look like the English. And then when I say Tho, people are like, but don't you know it means 3 eggs? And I have this circular conversation, every 3-5 months because someone feels like they should tell me how to say his name. There are quite some Japanese in Brazil, right? I thought there was actually a lot of Koreans in Brazil, hence the number of Korean-owned churrascarias around the world. What is the meaning of 3 eggs? I don't know what the meaning of 3 eggs is, other than it's not 4 eggs, which would be like deathly eggs. I don't know why Samdan chose or Tho chose that particular name. Why is anyone Metaphysics or YKJ or any of that vote Infernal versus Doomguard? Green eggs and ham? I don't know. In green eggs and ham, do the eggs come in 2 or 3? I thought it came in 2s. It could come in 3, but then again, I do not think it is very likely that a Chinese player chose to use Dr. Seuss, an English author, for his name. As we look at a Firelord first. All right, all of this banter only here to confuse me even more, as it is a Firelord first coming into the matchup. Let's focus on the game. Firelord, Lava Spawn is out here looking for targets to try and split. Meanwhile, back across over here, Ancient of War and Archers are clearing out the creep camp. And this is a really, really difficult strategy to pull off. You are controlling your Lava Spawn and Firelord on one side of the map, while you're trying to make sure that your archers aren't dying to Lightning Shield, your Ancient of War isn't falling, and it also isn't dying or dealing damage and killing off units. This Lava Spawn may actually end up splitting against this skeletal minion. One more shot is going to do it. No, does not do it. The Lava Spawn should actually get closer to the ghouls. If it can actually split, that would be a very, very big deal indeed. Now trying to make its way over, no, going after the Tomb of Relics instead. Meanwhile, back across over here, Tree of Life getting added in as well. Archers are trying to finish off as we're looking at the Lava Spawn sitting already at level 2. Death Knight moving across, sitting at level 1. Has double sacrificial skull. I don't know what that means. And perhaps the Death Knight wanted to go after and do a fast expansion only to see a Firelord show up and perhaps try and disrupt it. Death Knight shows up to the party, and Death Knight was able to steal the Talisman of Evasion even though the archers were there to try and protect it. And now the Death Knight just kind of laughs and says, "You're gonna miss me as I go." Not like emotional miss, like physical miss, because he has evasion. I don't know why I needed to explain that. Anyways, ghouls now making their way down. Wisp coming back across over here. Death Knight saying, you know what? If you can creep while harassing me, I can do the same thing as well. As the Death Knight now looks to clear out the 5-3-3 creep camp. Firelord going back around and saying, you know what, maybe I can throw down some Lava Spawns and cause some problems for you as well. Wisp coming back across over here as we are looking at the Ancient of War coming down. This is such a strange opening on both sides. not your usual predictions or layout whatsoever, as we're going to look at this lava spawn, perhaps try and engage. Level 2 now on the Death Knight. Lava spawn going to try and engage. Level 3 now on the Firelord. The Firelord with level 2 lava spawns could, in fact, deal a large amount of damage, as the lava spawn, well, needs to be careful. Lava spawn now trying to head back every way. There is a wisp. Are we going to see perhaps a detonation? There's a detonation taking out the skeletal minions, as the lava spawn is still trying to engage here. All right, more units trying to head back. Once again, lava spawn trying to run away, and a bigger lava spawn joins back in on the fight. All right, going after some of those units again. The old lava spawn shows back up to the party. Is it going to get some damage onto perhaps an additional unit? Lava spawn could end up getting taken down to 29, and well, one more shot should do it. This lava spawn, well, hasn't been able to split yet. This has really been the downside for Th000 right now. Th000 really wants to split his lava spawns, but hasn't been able to do so. Death Knight now shows up. This lava spawn is going to go ahead and back away, but the rest of the units are here to really cause a lot of problems and force a cancellation on this expansion. Ziggurat most likely will just get destroyed here. Haunted gold mine not able to be built, knowing that it's not worth it to try and stick around. Back across here, Ancient of War is already done. Circuit of Nobility dropped behind. Tree of Life is already on the move, even though you can't really tell on the minimap. Meanwhile, this lava spawn actually going to be able to split here, and splits into 2 separate targets, going after the Acolyte again. All right, Acolyte trying to run away. This one lava spawn, well, gonna maybe it should come back around and be able to join in on the fight. 1 or 2 more shots should do it. 1 more shot should do it. Oh gosh, it looks like, is it going to be able to catch up? Lava spawn trying to get there, and there it goes. Back down on the other side, lava spawn sitting at level 3, has a replenishment potion, perhaps needs to use it, already down to 185 hit points, using a staff of teleportation to head back home, as the Firelord heads home, uses the replenishment potion, and drains a moonwell. Back across on the other side, Hunt entangling that gold mine. Circuit of Nobility will easily be picked up, and the Firelord will be ready to go for more action. When I did that Night Elf multitasking, creeping, and harassing the enemy same time, my AOW got destroyed and Archer died. Yeah, and maybe your Ancient of War got 3 last hits on creeps as well. It's really tough to be able to split your attention across that many units and be able to do it. You watch... You see professionals play, and you're like, oh, I totally think I can do that. And in the moment, you're like, okay, I got to do this. I got to do this. And you spend so much of your time trying to figure out and executing your game plan that you forget that you need to have a game plan in your mind, what you're going to be doing next, all of those things that make it important to execute, and trying to counteract and deal with your opponent, figuring out where he is, trying to, dodge, dive, and weave across multiple strategies. Marketplace has already been cleared. Let's take a look at this. Alchemist. All right, land of tavern heroes for the Night Elf. It is going to be Alchemist. Alchemist shows up to the party and says, hello, what can I brew for you? As the Alchemist... as the Alchemist shows up to the party. All right, trying to get in front here. Let's take a look. Oh, what is that ability? I forgot the name of it.
A player's forces
is it?
Are under attack.
It's his auto attack. Is it? It causes the units. Is it Incinerate? Yeah, Incinerate level 2. Gonna go ahead and force some explosions. And I don't know why we're having Incinerate as the ability. It doesn't leave behind corpses, so that could be a way to try and counteract that particular ability with Rod of Necromancy. But it's not like we're looking at actual necromancers. If we had necromancers, it would make sense that you don't want to leave behind skeletons. Meanwhile, coming back down, Alchemist now making its way here. Where is the Firelord? Firelord still wandering around. Perhaps it's going to buy a Scroll of Healing, Staff of Teleport to join in with the rest of the fight here. There's that lava spawn. Are we going to see some more lava spawns join in here? Throw up another lava spawn? No, we do not, as the Alchemist now picks up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Lava spawn may be able to get a split here in just a moment, and once we have a split, that is going to be a little bit more damage. Those lava spawns do deal a large amount of damage, and the next best item for this particular army would perhaps be endurance, or in order to increase the attack speed of the lava spawns. Lava spawns, they split after a certain number of auto attacks on units, and well, based on their auto attack speed, excuse me, based on their auto attack speed, I don't believe their base auto attack speed, they cannot split more than twice. So you can actually have one lava spawn turn into 4, but you can never have 4 lava spawns turn into 8, even if they're continually attacking. That is, unless if you can change their attack speed, and then that way they can split more and more. Unfortunately for the Night Elf, there's nothing that really boosts attack speed aside from items. Meanwhile, Dryads going after that Crypt Fiend taking a lot of damage right now. Meanwhile, also Tree of Life trying to fight back here, and this is just going to be a tough spot. A tough spot here trying to engage as we're looking at Mango fighting their way through. Alchemist could be in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, healing spray used on top of him to try and stay alive a little bit longer, but only he was healed. Meanwhile, you see a lot of Incinerate explosions happening as the Alchemist is just constantly trying to heal himself. Is it going to be able to work as he's trying to get away? Down to 89, 72 hit points. Death Knight could be able to get off a Death Coil, but gets it lost. Now trying to chase there. There's the Death Coil finishing off the Alchemist as the remaining units are trying to head back as well. Dryads going after some of those units. Perhaps the Obsidian statue. There goes a Crypt Fiend going after the Lich with that slow poison. May actually be a better choice right now, forcing the Death Knight to try to hang back. And with that, well, they decided not to engage. Not quite sure why. The larger army by far, Th000 had the larger army by far in that chase. Meanwhile, was there like a burrowed Crypt Fiend and Dust of Appearance was used? It looked like that was the case for just a moment. Death Knight now making its way back over. Crypt Fiend's going to try and engage here. Death Knight has plenty of mana for a Death Coil, may be forced to use it here in just a moment. There's the Incinerate going down onto the Lich, but it's not going to amount to very much. Army is still trying to chase here. Dryads getting in that slow poison, slowing down that Lich by very much. But with the Death Knight constantly getting mana from those Obsidian statues and the heals from those Obsidian statues, the Lich is nowhere really in danger of falling. However, these Obsidian statues do have limited mana, although at this stage in time, they're pretty capped out right now. Going down to the bottom here, Murloc's going to go ahead and get taken out very, very quickly. Firelord up to plus 13 attack, and I believe that's even before the Incinerate ability. The Incinerate ability adding in a bit more damage as well. All right, Ancient of Wonders being built off over here. A bit of a refueling station. Clarity Potion now dropped down. Death Coil, Frost Nova finishing off one unit fast as the Lava Spawn trying to push back the other way. Firelord is very mana intensive. 150 mana for one Lava Spawn. And that is incredibly important to note. Crypt Fiend trying to head back here. Incinerate. Target is partially flamed, and when it incinerates, gonna go ahead and hide. There is a Dust of Appearance available, ready to go. Damage now coming across here. As you can see, slow poison coming down. Are we gonna... Well, Alchemist is now back out onto the field. Crypt Fiend shows up to the party. There's the Dust of Appearance. Death Coil saves the Crypt Fiend. Will it be able to get away? It looks like it is going to be able to get away. Even though it is incinerated, it still heals up nicely. Mountain Giants now joining back in on the fight. Lava Spawn's trying to push back again. If the Lava Spawn's able to stick around and fight enough, healing spray coming across, healing up all the low hit point units, including the Alchemist as well, as damage is now running back here. A taunt now being thrown down. The Firelord trying to chase after some of those units is going to be able to finish off anything. Slow poison, Abomination, Death Coil. Are we going to see any more taunts? Oh, there goes that Crypt Fiend as the Firelord now gets up to level 5. Level 5 on now. Abomination could be in trouble. There's a taunt, and that Abomination continuing to fight, only to be exploded on death. Firelord plus 13. We are looking at an Ancient Protector being built off over here, and Mango is in trouble. Th000 is controlling and mining from 2 of the 3 bases while controlling, or 2 of the 4 bases while controlling the 3rd one as well. Staff of Preservation sends the Alchemist back home. Teleportation brings him back. He has enough healing to really heal everyone back up again as the Mountain Giants take to the trees and pick up a giant siege hammer. Mango going to be sitting in his base here. Will he be able to hold Firelord first? Only Th000 can do this? No, I think Infi can do something like this as well. Just as crazy. Firelord first into the Alchemist. All right, Archers, Dryads coming back across. Such a weird hero mix. Does Th000 always go Elf these days now against Undead? I think he might actually prefer it, but well, he may have had a very specific strategy in mind when joining in on this fight. This was perhaps a match that he had prepared for, knowing about it much earlier. Death Coil now saving that Lich. Death Knight still sitting at level 3. He's going up against a level 5 Firelord and a level 3, or excuse me, level 2 Alchemist. Where is that Alchemist now? Alchemist still hiding right there behind that Mountain Giant, as the Mountain Giants are just dealing so much terrible damage. Abomination's joining in on the fight again. Firelord, no one's really lost anything yet. Death Knight sitting at level 4. And really, the next time we actually see units starting to be lost, that actually might make a big difference. Firelord continuing to just fire its way through this entire scenario. And you can taking a look at that Lich. That Lich is taking a lot of damage. Death Coil finally saves him. The Firelord perhaps should be switching targets, going after other units as well, as you see the Alchemist finally get to level 3. Alchemist at level 3, level 2 healing spray. Death Knight could end up getting taken down to 79, down to 7 hit points, and able to escape in the back. Death Coil saving the Lich as well. Abomination not going to be as lucky as the timing. Well, down to 19, down to 5 hit points there. Finally goes down. Alchemist and Firelord continuing this pressure and push. Death Knight now out onto the field. Scroll of Town Portal to try and cut its losses. Alchemist down to 26 hit points. Gets taken down right as the Scroll of Town Portal goes off. Level 3 Alchemist lost. Death Knight sits at level 4. Lich is still alive. And what a way to end a fight. Burned through so many potions, and it looked like Mango was up against the ropes. I thought it was a tactical retreat, trying to save some of those units, come back refreshed and stronger, only to see his own unit get lost too. Alchemist now getting resurrected. We're looking at 79 over 90 supply compared to 50 over 70. We are now Th000 is now mining from 3 of the 4 bases on Echo Isle, so I believe it's only a matter of time before this base and everything here really belongs, this game belongs to the Night Elf. However, we could have a drastic comeback. I can't imagine how it's going to go down this way. Slaughterhouse still training up more Abominations, trying to get up to 50 over 70 supply. Army supply 80 over 90. That does mean a 30 supply army or total size advantage, translating perhaps into a 20 to 25 army advantage, since there are extra workers in order to, well, support and maintain the gold and lumber. Firelord here ready to engage. Firelord going to be going after that Lich. Lich taking a lot of damage. Dryad's trying to back up. Frost Nova quickly reversed with a healing scroll. Firelord trying to continue to make its way through. Meanwhile, the Death Knight coming in, taking a lot of damage here. Are we going to see one Abomination? One Abomination could have been taken down there. I believe if you just killed that Abomination, it explodes and causes AoE damage on Death, which would have been huge. Lich finally gets taken down. There it goes. Death Knight unable to save. And perhaps Mango didn't see it, though, with the victory there, with an unusual Firelord first catching his opponent off guard. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.